Everybody ready for Christmas? No, right?
Test 1, 2. Holiday and good morning and welcome to the Office of the Governor of Guam. We're delighted to start this week with a proclamation signing proclaiming December 18, 2024 in recognition of the 62nd anniversary of the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority and December 2024 as GHURA Appreciation Month. Before I begin, of course, I want to recognize the presence of the Honorable Joshua Tenorio, Lieutenant Governor of Guam. We also have Liz Napoli, our Executive Director for the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority. And her Deputy, Fernando Esteves. I also want to recognize the GHURA Board, led by Board Chairman Dr. John Rivera. And as you can see, if you're here in person, there's a lot of agencies represented because GHURA touches a lot of the different agencies in the community, including the Guam Police Department, Chief of Police and his staff, Stephen Ignacio, and Colonel Joseph Carpelito, also the Guam Police Department. Let's give him a round of applause. Darren Burr, your Acting Fire Chief, Guam Fire Department. Melanie Brennan, Director, Department of Youth Affairs, keep the applause going, and her Deputy Mike Weekly. I also see from the Department of Parks and Recreation's Warren Pelletier. Majors Eric and Giselle Tumale, that's about Salvation Army Guam. Yes, they're also supported by GHURA. Dana Manspit, Director of Menwalu. Let's give a round of applause. The staff of West Pier Pacific Islands also. I do see the Office of Homelessness Assistance and Poverty Prevention, led by my husband, Director Robson Augustine. Yeah. Also our In Aloha Mayor, also supported by GHURA. Let's give a round of applause. In Aloha in the house. And all our GHURA staff joining us this morning, Sizuas Masi. Oh, and our behavioral health, he's hiding there in the corner. I think he's our Acting Director, Dr. Cooperners. So as I was saying, oh, and yeah, Fernando showed up. There you are. I found you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Without further ado, and to talk about the significance of GHURA in the community, I want to give the floor now to our Executive Director, Liz Napoli from the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority.
Thank you, Crystal, and good morning, everyone. Buenos and Hafa Day, Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio, our GHURA Board Chairman, Dr. John Rivera, and GHURA Board of Commissioners, I think they might be hiding in the crowd, and notable guests and GHURA employees. On December 18th, the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority celebrates its 62nd anniversary. It was created by Public Law 6-135 to administer funds received from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, to rebuild homes and redevelop our island's communities in the aftermath of Super Typhoon Karen's widespread destruction of Guam on November 11th, 1962. GHURA is not only unique in that it is the only GovGuam agency that is 100% federally funded, but it is also the only HUD public housing agency nationwide that has all of HUD's programs under one roof. It is important to note that GHURA's 62 years legacy includes so much more than providing housing to thousands of low to moderate income families through our public housing units and Section 8 housing choice voucher programs. Many are not aware of the crucial role the community development program side of the authority has played in building and or improving numerous public facilities and the provision of needed public services. GHURA's community development programs have its footprint from the northernmost point of the island to its southernmost tip. If I may, I would like to enumerate the contributions and the funding. Funded under the Community Development Block Grants, better known as CDBG from HUD, we have under the Department of Public Health and Social Services, senior citizen centers in 11 villages, assistance with the Northern and Southern Community Health Centers, and the TSA, the Salvation Army's soon-to-open Residential Women's Treatment Center. With the Guam Police Department, we have Northern, Central, and Southern Police precincts. With the Guam Fire Department, we have 5 fire stations in the Northern, Central, and Southern villages. With Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, They have a receiving home for persons with disabilities in the South. With the Department of Youth Affairs, they've benefited from Haja, Lagu, and Kaptan Youth Resource Centers. With the Department of Parks and Recreation, we have the Dedido Sports Complex Fitness Trail and the Northern Pool Complex. For the mayors, we have 3 community recreational facilities, a community skate facility, 2 baseball fields, a basketball court, a sports field, and the Estumbo Gym, which also is used as a shelter during our storms. With the Guam Department of Education, Head Start classrooms at 8 elementary schools were through GHURA. Special ed classrooms at 2 middle schools were through GHURA. Public services under its continuum of care programs, such as the emergency solutions grants that help those that are homeless or at risk of homelessness, and we have many of the nonprofit organizations that receive funding from those grants in order to assist the vulnerable populations. Now, funded under the community development home programs part, we have renewal affordable homes, which has provided homes to 34 first-time homebuyer families. We have a homeowner rehab program, which has rehabilitated 138 homes to address critical repair needs. And, we have the Estumbo 76 homes, which were constructed within the Estumbo subdivision. In Asen, we built 40 new homes across the village of Asen. We have the GHURA 500 in the northern part of the island, which provided 500 land leases. And we have a program called the Down Payment and Closing Cost Assistance Program, which has assisted 91 families with down payment and closing costs for their new homes. We have the Renaissance Affordable Rental Program, which provides affordable rental housing for 10 families in the villages of Mariso and Talafofo. And of course, everyone knows the urban renewal, the modernized villages of Asen, Sinahanya, and Jonya through infrastructure improvements and community revitalization. We also have a development called the Sagan Bonita Affordable Homes Program, which assisted with providing 43 first-time homebuyer families in achieving affordable home ownership. The Habitat for Humanity of Guam, we assisted 21 first-time homebuyer families to secure affordable homes through the Sweat Equity Program. And then there's the Housing Trust Fund Program, in partnership with West Care Pacific Islands to provide affordable rental options for extremely low-income families, and the Home American Rescue Plan in partnership again with West Care Pacific Islands to support individuals and families facing homelessness or fleeing domestic violence with a focus on supporting veterans. GHURA and its employees are greatly appreciative of the Leon Tenorio administration's recognition of GHURA's decades-long history on this 62nd anniversary in its proclamation of the month of December 2024 as the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority Appreciation Month. Thank you as well for recognizing GHURA's ongoing contributions to provide adequate housing and community planning, as GHURA is also highly appreciative of course, HUD's ongoing provision of funds and the values the support from its Board of Commissioners enables GHURA's dedicated employees to fulfill the authority's mission of strengthening families and building communities one project at a time. So I hope everyone is a little bit more familiar with the fact that GHURA really is a lot more than just the housing that we provide for many families across the island, but there are also so many public facilities and public services that our dedicated employees have provided over the 62 years. And lastly, thank you to the very dedicated employees of the management and the staff of GHURA for continuing the mission of GHURA and the vital role it plays in the island for our families and the surrounding communities. And Dankuluna Siduas Maasi, everyone, and thank you very much. Biba GHURA.
Thank you, Director Nabry. I now want to give the floor to the Honorable Joshua Tenorio, our Lieutenant Governor of Guam.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I just want to say how appreciative I am, and I know all of the partners in the room are, of GHURA and their 62 years of building and shaping the island. As you heard from all the signature projects, from ensuring that our public safety and law enforcement officers were able to be so responsive to all of our villages, to making sure that we're providing housing options to those that are the most vulnerable, making sure that we have programming for our seniors and our youth, and in the future now, securing legally property to build a hospital. I think it's pretty amazing the kind of things that GHURA is doing. For the staff, I know that you work tirelessly, especially, on the housing side, because the need is greater than the resource that you have at GHURA. And many times people come very frustrated, scared, and many times the people in the front lines are kind of taking that on behalf of the rest of the government. So I wanted to say thank you. GHURA also has a lot of builders. So everybody that is involved in these grant programs, in the engineering and the project management, making sure that they understand from the police and the fire department what exactly do the features of the facilities need so that the officers are better supported out there in the front line of Guam. These are all good things that GHURA has done. So on behalf of the governor and the rest of the island, we really want to recognize the great, impeccable work of GHURA. To Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for, I think out of the entire GHURA family, the board members are the ones that are volunteering, right? But I really want to thank you and the leadership of the GHURA board and the membership for continuing to keep your eye on the excellent goals that we have. We'll look forward to many, many more years to come of GHURA and their excellence for Guam. Viva GHURA.
Viva.
Thank you so much, LT. And now for the reading and the signing of the proclamation. Today's reader is none other than our GHURA board chairman, Dr. John Rivera.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. This is proclamation number 2024-123. And I guess if everything was as easy as 1, 2, 3, we'd. Proclamation number 2024-123. A proclamation of the governor proclaiming December 18th, 2024, in recognition of the 62nd anniversary of the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority as December 2024 as GHURA Appreciation Month. Whereas, this month marks the 62nd anniversary of the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, or GHURA, which was established by Public Law 6-135 on December 18, 1962. And whereas GHURA was created in the aftermath of Typhoon Karen, when an estimated 90% of the island's buildings were reported to be destroyed or severely damaged. And whereas GHURA was designated by the governor of Guam to administer funds received from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, to support redevelopment efforts and provide safe and sanitary housing for persons of low income. And whereas GHURA currently provides more than 3,400 families with the means to live in a safe and decent housing through the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program, elderly housing through Guma Tranquilidad, and other housing support systems. And whereas GHURA currently is working to increase the availability of affordable housing to special needs populations, including the elderly, the homeless, and people with disabilities. And whereas GHURA has been instrumental in the construction of new or improved community facilities, such as police stations, fire stations, health centers, schools, senior care centers, special education classrooms, Head Start classrooms, and more. GHURA also helped to enhance access to public facilities and services. And whereas GHURA's motto, quote, strengthening families and building communities one project at a time, end quote, exemplifies the authority's commitment to address Guam housing and community needs. And whereas GHURA continues to explore new opportunities to expand the availability of affordable housing through the development of new homes for homeowners and renters, down payment and closing cost assistance, home rehabilitation, low-income housing tax credits, and community development partnerships. And whereas the island of Guam duly recognizes the essential role of GHURA and celebrates the services that the dedicated men and women of the authority provide to the people of Guam. Now therefore I, Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Magahagan Guahan.
I apologize, Dr.
Oh.
I got you. All right, now therefore, I, Joshua F. Tenorio, Segundo Magalahin Guam, Lieutenant Governor, although I might vote for you though, Lieutenant Governor of Guam, together with Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Magahagan Guahan, Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in us by the Organic Act of Guam.
You have a perfect timing, Governor. Please rise if you're able to for the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Governor of Guam.
All right. Before we finish this, we are going to allow the Governor of Guam first to recognize and speak to all of us. Governor.
Thank you very much. Welcome and Merry Christmas to all of you. And this is the proclamation for GHURA. And I see police officers here. So how are you guys related to GHURA? You're first-class citizens? Is that what you said? Right. I know. I thought maybe you moved without me knowing, Chief. Anyway, of course, GHURA is a very significant agency in our government here, and it's a very significant agency in the services that they provide. Not just housing for our people, but also buildings that are very important to the quality of life of our life and our island and our people. I know fire department also has had some very good benefits from GHURA for funding and grants, and so is the police station, also DPR. I know the villages are also with all the community development projects up there. They work very closely with DPW and DYA. Everybody really benefits from the work of GHURA, because I understand GHURA's two main mandates is urban development, and the other one is community development. And community development is where you guys all fall under. And they have some very broad powers that they can provide for our people. The other thing is, I know GHURA is very much supported by HUD. And when we were in San Francisco, just recently, and we met with HUD people, they were really very recommending some very good things on how we can continue to do infrastructure in the community, how maybe we can help lay down some utilities in the community. And of course, most importantly, is how they can support with the financing and the building of the hospital. I know there's been a lot of controversy out there, but I just want to thank the great, aggressive, and very steadfast leadership of Liz and Fernando, and of course, all the team that was there to support that management. Also want to thank the board and Dr. Rivera, thank you so much, and your board members for moving forward some of the initiatives and the strategies, and, you know, let's not be distracted by the naysayers. And I know that legally you guys have done your due process to make sure that everything that you have done is within the legal mandates of the law, the protocol, the procedures, and so forth. So the naysayers out there are just blowing smoke. And I don't understand why they do not support this building of the hospital in Manila. The debate of where it's going to be located is gone. It's dead. It's done. We've got the property. We are now going to move forward to build this hospital. Why are we so keen to this? Because our GMH over here is not going to be able to support us in the next 5 years. We already know that. So we have to have a facility that can support our healthcare needs and our healthcare services. And I just want to thank the community, you guys, for being very supportive and very innovative and very creative and very strategic. And as we proclaim GHURA in this December 24th, the Urban Renewal Authority, Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, and of course Guam Housing also is very important to the livelihood of our people, providing the financial means. Housing is a big, big, big issue to our people. Just think, if our people don't have a house that they can go to be peaceful in their homes and to feel safe in their homes, their quality of life is just going to be totally demoralized. One of the things that we are working closely with them also is how do we provide shelter for the homeless. And I know OHAP and the leadership of Lieutenant Governor here is working very diligently to address those challenges. And believe me, they are in great progress to make sure our homeless are also protected, and how we can turn our homeless into more productive citizens of our island. So everything really wraps around housing, right? Everything wraps around housing. And so I just want to thank all of DYA, Lonnie, and Mike, and also public health and mental health, and just GHURA and Guam Housing, the police, the fire, all of you guys that are here. Our mayors are very instrumental in providing those services to our people. You go look at Inalahan. I don't know how many of you guys have been to Inalahan, but you know exactly when you're getting into Inalahan because it's so clean and so pristine, and it's the mayors, and they work very closely with GHURA to provide some of those fundings for not just the environment, but also recreational stuff for our kids and our people to continue on our culture and traditional practices. So you guys, it's not just about funding, it's about contributing to the quality of life for all of our people. So thank you for all the work that you've done. Thank you for all your commitment, your dedication, persistence, and certainly the end goal at the end of the day is when our people feel, and they do feel, that they have a quality of life that's so well deserved. So Sidzus Masi, congratulations, and I know we have to sign this. Did you already sign it? Oh. Now, therefore, I, Lourdes Leon Guerrero, Magahagan Guahan, Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim December 18, 2024, in recognition of the 62nd anniversary of the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, and December 2024 and GHURA Appreciation Month, I urge the people of Guam to join in giving special recognition to the hardworking men and women of GHURA for all they do to improve housing and community development in our island.
In witness whereof, I, Joshua F. Tenorio Segundo Magalahan Guahan, Lieutenant Governor of Guam, hereby, together with the Magahaga, cause the Great Seal of Guam to be affixed in the capital city of Hagåtña on the 16th day of December in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini 2024. Viva GHURA!
Viva!
And Merry Christmas to all of you, and Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in our live stream event. This will conclude our live stream event. And we'll have our photographer posted here so that we can